Alright everybody, welcome to my new map, Dodson Logging. This is a preview of the map, and we'll be going over some of the key features and kind of showing off a few of the interesting things on here. And then you can download the map. So if you check the video description below, you'll see the link to the map down there. And we'll go ahead and get started. Now whenever you start, you start off at the shop, and let's pull up the map. Let's look down here and then we'll pull up the map, check it out. So you start off kind of in the northeast part of the map. There's a shop there, there's a gas station right over there, and there's a major highway that runs right through the middle of the map, so you'll have no problems getting to areas. And let's see, some of the other key features right off the bat is we already mentioned the shop, and the fuel is here. Landing number 8 is right above us. And then below us we got landing 7. We're kind of working backwards. But in the bottom right hand corner of the map is a big swampy area. There's a lot of mud in there, so make sure you got some mud tires and some powerful equipment. But other than that, let's see, you start off, and of course the sawmill is down. You can see that down there in kind of the bottom left hand corner of the map. And that kind of light streak that runs just south of the sawmill there, that's a pipeline, so in case you were wondering. But anyway, so you start off with the old lizard truck here. So we'll hop in here and take a spin around. So of course this is the shop. I don't have a sell point for anything, but maybe something to add in the future, I'm not sure. All your vehicles, whenever you buy them, will spawn right here in front of the shop. You can pick them up and hop on the road and take off. So one thing I do want to note is the roads aren't perfect. I hand placed all these roads, and so matching up the edges got a little tricky at times. But I think it's it's playable. And I copy pasted some of the roads, and I wasn't paying attention, and some of the yellow lines and the white lines are mixed up. But we'll just say the road operator was drunk whenever he was painting the roads. Okay, so this is the town. This is the town of Dodson. And this is actually a town in Louisiana, so you can look up that on the map and check it out. There is a house right there with 3 big tall pine trees. There's not really a diner, but excuse me. There's not really a diner, but there's kind of a little restaurant here, and there is a Coke machine out front, so I thought I'd throw that in there. Let's look back over here again. So over here at the gas station, this is a real gas station in the town of Dodson. It's not this big. It's just a little shed with a couple pumps, but it's what I had to work with. Let's see, there's not really anything here. I was going to add in some more roads because there are more roads in the town that kind of go, but in this map we'll say the parish ran out of money, and which isn't surprising. But anyway, so there's a real house at this location. It's a dumped over garbage can there. And as we come on down this road, it turns into a dirt road, and this will be landing number in the I put in a water bar, or tried to. This will be, I believe, landing number, is it 8? Yeah, landing number 8. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to add in this little upper area so you could park your loader up here, and then you just, you can skid your logs up to the right hand side maybe, or pile them up in front and then pull your truck down below. You can have a better view of loading in the logs. I just kind of thought about that last minute and threw it in. Alright, so let's head on down towards the sawmill. We'll kind of hit everything in front of that, and then we'll hit the sawmill kind of last, or next to last maybe. Alright, and so we mentioned the diner, and there is a real pond there in real life. Alright, now this little area here is one of my favorite spots. It's really thick in there, as you can see. It hasn't been cut in a while, so you pull in there and kind of have to hack your way in, but It's kind of just a neat little spot, and it's I think I've got a landing. Yeah, I can put in a landing down there. Alright, so you can check that out for yourself, but it's just really thick in there, real grown up. It's one of my favorite spots. And then it kind of transitions into a area that's, I guess, had been maybe select harvested or possibly cut a while back, and it's kind of grown back up, so you can see it's pretty thick in there too. And let's see, did I miss anything back this? Yeah, here's a road, another landing back this way. We'll jump in here right quick, and I put a good many down trees over the roads just to add a bit of effect. I think it's pretty neat myself. Some trees kind of leaning, so you gotta definitely kind of hack your way into some of these areas. Now this spot here is gonna be real tricky because you got to get this tree cut out of the way first. But as you can see, I've got mud, and it's I think pretty deep in this spot. Not too bad, but it's awfully muddy. So this is landing number 7. Yeah, 7. My map's not cooperating. So just a cool little spot with a big mud hole to go through to get your logs out of there. You might want to fill that in or something, I don't know. Up to you. And before I get too much further, this is my first map I've ever done, and I learned a ton of stuff as I was making this map. So just keep that in mind if you're, you know, expecting a super polished, nice, you know, everything works perfect map. That may not be the case here. But anyway, you can see right there, that's where I goofed on the rows. I could have fixed them, but I was just at that point kind of burned out on making the map, really, and I just thought, well, we'll just say the operator was drunk. Alright, now this area you can't really see too good. It's all fenced in, but there is a pine plantation here. Let's see, we'll check it out on the map. So it's just before you get to the creek, and then if you go north from here, you see that dirt road that kind of goes east-west on the map. That's also all that north of there and south, all that's pine plantation. So you can kind of check that out. Lots of trees. This map's got tons of trees. I don't even know how many. It's in the thousands, I would imagine, maybe even tens of thousands. So if you're complaining about not having enough trees to cut on this map, there's something wrong with you, because there's tons of trees. There's a couple little bridges over the creek. There's a little creek area, or not creek area, but kind of, I guess, swampy area. And kind of cool is I added in some frog sounds. I guess you can barely hear them, but if you get kind of out here in the middle, you can hear it. There you go. Oh, looks like I still got some floating trees to fix. Well, I'll fix that before I release the map. Alright, so just enough of the driving around with all the landing areas. You can check those out yourself. We'll get. Oh, and I do want to mention I put in this cool little dirt road that leads out here to a couple of the places, or a few of the places actually, 2 or 3. And it does have some mud, so you hit a few muddy spots. Let's get back here on the road and go in the right direction. Now, I do want to show you real quick how to get to the plantation, and that is you take this kind of paved road that's right across from the sawmill. The sawmill's back over that area. So you take this first right as you're coming out from the town, go down this paved road, and you're going to want to take your first right onto this dirt road. And so we'll drive out here real quick. And again, you know, more trees to cut down. Oops, I may have got stuck. No, we'll go around. It's too much to jump over. Again, more mud on this dirt road. Now right up here the road's going to fork, and straight ahead is just another landing. I think it's, is it landing 3? Yeah, landing number 3. And if you take this right hand fork, it'll lead you around, and eventually we're going to come to the creek crossing. Yeah, there it is. And so it's just a little bridge over the creek. So you take this bridge, and then you'll hit this long dirt patch. And all your plantation is on both sides of this road. So lots and lots of trees here, and there is 2 different kinds of trees. Well, not trees, but 2 different sized trees in the plantation. You first start off, I believe this is the smaller ones, and I think this north side of the road here is also small, but then when you get down here towards the creek, they're all big trees, or the bigger stage 5 pines. Alright, now let's go check out the sawmill, because pretty much everything else on the north hand side of the highway is just lots of trees, and the pipeline, which we'll see in just a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, log trucks ahead. This is your turn in for the sawmill. Just take this road, go straight ahead. Don't go that way. So first of all, right here on the left is kind of this is, in real life, this will be the office for the sawmill, and a bunch of forestry guys work out of there, so I guess they all get situated for the day or whatever there. So, and whenever you hit reset on your vehicles, this is where they'll spawn. So I thought I'd put them here instead of back at the shop, just so you wouldn't have to drive all the way back down here to the sawmill, or if you happen to be working in this area and needed to reset something, it'd be closer, you know, than having to drive all the way back down from the shop. So and just for fun, kind of a bit of history here, I guess. Back in, let's see, when was it? Gosh, I don't even remember now. It's probably back in the late 90s, early 2000s. This double lane highway over here that we're looking at, that's Highway 167 that runs, gosh, it goes all the way, I think, from South Louisiana somewhere all the way up to no telling how far up in the United States, but it's a major highway. And it used to be just 2-lane through here, and so they 4-laned it and kind of bypassed the sawmill. You drive pretty much just like this right past it. You can see everything. It was just 2 lanes, so they 4-laned it and kind of left this little road here, and they actually do have some barriers at the ends of these things. I kind of put in the road cracks and everything to simulate that this road's pretty old. So that's kind of neat. Alright, so coming into the sawmill, you've got some choices. We'll go left first, and it's got some storage areas over here. You got several floodlights throughout the complex that come on at night, and of course this way you can offload your logs with the crane, And this cell point right here that we're sitting on top of, I think I've got pretty low to the ground, so you can't, I don't believe you can drive over this with a log truck and sell the logs unless your log trailer is pretty low to the ground. But continuing on around, we've got the wood chipper, so you can drive around the back side of it and, you know, load in your wood chips. I thought that would be kind of neat. I had it back there by the fence, but you had to back in, and I thought, well, I'll just pull it forward. You can drive through it. Back around this way, you've got your lumber producing sawmill. So you put in wood chips in this bin here in front of us and put logs in around on the other side. Put your logs here, and then your eventually your sawmill will start up and start making pallets of lumber, and the wood chips will come out right there. And three more things to look at. So this big wood chip storage area, I always kind of liked having maps. I remember Ridgecrest had a big wood chip storage area. I thought that was pretty cool. That way you don't have to, if you do want to like stockpile wood chips and sell them when the prices go up at the sawmill, you don't have to put a placeable. Now the neat thing about this right here, this little gravel area, you can back your wood chip trailer up to the edge and dump it over. And if you've got I think the biggest one I've got that tips from the back, I think it's 70,000 liters, and all 70,000 will tip over the edge of this. So you don't have to worry about, you know, if you start hit Control I or whatever, and your wood chips start coming out, you don't have to worry about pulling forward to keep it from stopping. It'll just dump over the edge there, so that's kind of neat. Alright, and real quick, the last couple things I want to show you is oh yeah, this little spot right here at the end of this sawmill is where you sell some logs. So if you just want to, you know, drive through or offload your logs here and don't want to use the crane over there, you can use this sell point. And then to sell your wood chips, you come over here to this end, and I think you can also sell pallets of lumber here too. Just dump them there. Alright, and of course there used to be railroad tracks that come through here, so I kind of simulated that. I probably should have put them lower on the ground, but anyway. And just real quick, let's drive on down to the end of the map, and then that'll be just about it. So another little landing there. I thought it'd be kind of neat to put something close to the road right next to the sawmill. Of course those are a bit smaller trees. You can see those aren't very big, but I wish that the in-game trees that you place would grow, but they don't, so maybe that's be in the future. Now I kind of messed up here because there's no way to get across down this way over to this spot, so there's no traffic, so I guess you'll just have to use this other side of the highway over here. I didn't think about that whenever I was making the map, but anyway. So just cheat a little bit and get that sign put back up. Speed limit is 65 here, so I'll have a couple signs. I'll get that put back up too. And this is the first area that I worked on whenever I was working on the map, so it's kind of, you know, another little favorite spot. Of course, there's no real train. I don't think trains still running that in real life and that track. So, but anyway, I put the sign up just in case. Then you got a little fenced-in area. I kind of got tired of putting all the fence up, so I just kind of stopped. But this is a neat little spot that also has the little rough dirt road that you have to get up to the landing, and we'll drive up here and take a look too. But terrain is a bit hilly and kind of rough in this area, so you need a good machine to work on that. And so then you just come to a big landing area here. Alright, so there is a couple of little Easter eggs on the map. Just kind of, I won't mention them, you just have to explore and find them yourself, but they're kind of neat. I just added them in just kind of for fun. Well, I guess I'll mention one of them. One of them's a pasture. It's kind of neat. It's all fenced in, got little bushes and trees and stuff growing around the edge of the fence, kind of simulate, you know, real life. And then I thought I'd add in this big wall of trees to kind of block off the area. And I tried to add like another image on some of these to simulate like the road continuing. You know, you can see down the road, but I just kind of ran out of time to get that figured out, so I didn't add that in. But anyway, so all around the perimeter of the map, you'll see that wall of trees that kind of blocks off the area. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to show. Let me pull up the map and just kind of double check. So one thing to mention is whenever you take this paved road kind of right up there in front of us to the left, it turns into a dirt road, and then the dirt road kind of forks into two different roads. Just those really don't have a landing or anything to go to. I just kind of put them in so if you wanted to go up there and cut some timber, you could put in your own landing. But anyway, this is Dodson Logging, and hope you enjoy the map. And if you have any comments once you start playing, just I guess put them here, or you can find me on Facebook, or just on any of the maps. I'll be playing the map myself, so it's any of the maps that I play on and put a video up. Just leave me a comment if you find something that needs fixing, or you know, just any kind of general comments. You know, you like the map, hate the map, whatever. I don't know. Well, don't tell me you hate the map, but if you like the map, then go ahead and leave me a comment or give me a thumbs up. And I've got some other map ideas I may work on here pretty soon, and may put out some more maps before too long. So anyway, hope you enjoy. And this is Jonathan, NLA Gaming, and y'all have a good one. Take care.